Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is verb phrase 406. The verb phrase today is to tap out. And we got 5 meanings and 5 uses. Okay, somebody wants a screenshot. Do it right now. Let's get right to it. Here's the first one. To empty a bottle or container, etc. by tapping against one's hand or another surface. So you're trying to hit the top. Here's our example. The ketchup bottle was almost empty. I had to tap out the remaining amount. Yeah, sometimes it's difficult with ketchup towards the end of the bottle. I remember the ketchup company, Heinz, often tried to show that their quality of their ketchup was really good because it was so thick. It was difficult to get out. They actually used that song by Carly Simon, Anticipation, meaning that you're waiting for the ketchup to finally fall out of the bottle. But in reality, most people don't wait. They will tap it, tap, 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 to try to force it out. That's what we say. All right, let's continue. Number 2, to deplete or use up one's resources. I'm sorry, I cannot lend you any money. I am already tapped out until my next paycheck. Yeah, you often hear people say that they're tapped out with money. They have no more spending money for a while, or at least until they get some more money in. So they're tapped out. It's not limited to money. You could be tapped out of a supply of something. You could have run out of a supply, have no more left. You could be tapped out of that as well. All right, number 3 here. In a sport such as wrestling or martial arts, to show submission to an opponent on the mat. Because remember, they usually are in the ring, so they might end up on the floor on the mat. So here's our example. That wrestler could not get out of the wrestling lock of his opponent put him in, and he had to tap out on the mat to signify that he gave up. Yeah. I'm not really a big wrestling fan, but I've seen this in movies a lot of times where one of them finally had to give up because they just couldn't get out of that lock. One wrestler had the other one down. Even if sometimes it's he could pin him by getting his shoulders down, but even if he couldn't pin him, sometimes they just can't get out. They're locked in it, so they may eventually give up and tap out. Okay, number 4, to create something by making tapping noises. Yes. They say Thomas Edison tapped out the proposal to his first wife in Morse code. Yeah, I don't know. Is that a romantic way? Yeah, if you're a woman, let me know. Would you like that if your husband knew Morse code and you knew Morse code? He proposed to you that way. Will you marry me in Morse code? Now, of course, you could also tap out the beat of a song, like on a table, if your skill is good enough. All right, and the last one here, to be exhausted. Yeah, we use it a lot for this as well. I'm tapped out for the night. I have no more energy. I'm going to bed. Yeah, you see this in movies all the time. Somebody say they're tapped out or they're tapped out for the night. They're too tired. They need a nap or they need to go to sleep. Okay, anyway, I hope you got it. I hope it was clear. I hope it was very informative. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.